Morning today is May 7th, 2024, and the time is 9 a.m. This is the health committee. Can I go ahead and have a roll call, please?
Geiger.
Yes.
Hughes.
Yes.
Whitlow.
Yes.
Dukenyak.
Yes. Everybody's got the agenda in front of them. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
First and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes. Anybody any questions on the claims?
There's some overages to approve. I just, what was that, what would we use? In the business systems.
For copy machines, each department that has a copy machine leased through them has their own separate contract as to how many copies they provide. If they go over that copy, we get once a year an overage charge.
So it's not unusual for elections to swell up and
Yeah.
need a motion for that, or
Yeah, I need a motion for the claims.
I make a motion to approve the claims?
Can I get a second?
Geiger.
Yes.
Hughes.
Yes.
Whitlow.
Yes.
Dukenyak.
Yes. Motion passed. Do we have any public comments? Okay, moving on to animal control. Jill?
The total deposit for the month was $9,900. We did send out notifications, and that's usually when we see our upsurge of deposit totals coming in. We have 9 cases currently open. We have 3 bite reports and 6 dogs waiting to get placed. The officers closed 32 cases last month. There were 11 dogs running loose, 6 bite reports closed, 1 hit by car, 5 dumped, 5 well checks, 1 nuisance. I kept the cat hoarding situation on there because they ended up going back 3 times to get them all. And this is a new one. We had a parrot found. It did have a chip though, so Linda just scanned it and found the owner, so that's all good. And then they assisted with an abuse case in Watsika with the Watsika PD. That's still, I think Jim Devine is involved with that one at this point, so that's about it.
Any questions? Jill? Thank you, Jill. All right, you're up.
Morning, folks. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, by the numbers. Environmental is page 1. Things that we have note, more temporary food permits issued on the 15th. It's pretty normal business for the weather's warming up. All zeros in the West Nile surveillance category, but you're going to start seeing numbers for that next month. We're currently brewing our soup that goes into mosquito traps, and we're also going to start tick surveillance, which is a new program for us. We're pretty excited about that. There is significant risk and numerous illnesses that are transported by ticks. It's a program that was unfunded before, and now it's been funded, so we're excited to start doing these tick traps.
Checking on the ones who understand. Just,
Down in Springfield?
they just observe it. See, well,
Well,
that's another story.
I'm glad you bring that up because that's pretty much the push to start this tick surveillance program. It was lumped into one of our major grants, and we're thinking about starting this anyways because there's numerous different species of ticks that exist just here near Cook County. And each one of these species can carry different illnesses. Lyme disease is the one that's often talked about, and it's definitely a threat. But there's also Rocky Mountain spotted fever and a number of others. So we're excited to start doing this. As we do tick drags, we then take samples of those ticks that we do find, and we send them to a state lab for testing. So it'll be interesting to see how this program rolls out this year. We had one sewage complaint. Landlord was illegally pumped out their tenant's failing septic tank into a hole in the ground, so we are working on that issue. We had a busy month for lead. We had 3 initials and 1 lead follow-up. Numerous cases where children have elevated blood lead levels, which instigates us going into the home, finding that source of lead. Immunizations are down, which is pretty seasonal for us. We are trying to long-term prep for back-to-school vaccination season, which is just around the corner. We had 2 animal bites reported. Both of those were dogs. One of those dog bite reports did end up in someone getting rabies treatment. That's down on the bottom of the page. That individual started treatment and then chose not to continue the treatment for whatever reason. We're still having an increase in STIs, 6 chlamydia cases and 1 gonorrhea. 2 COVID-19 outbreaks, both at congregate living centers in the county. The invasive influenza case, invasive influenza investigation turned out not to be a case. However, the histoplasmosis case, the 2 salmonella, and the 1 streptococcal disease group A, those were all confirmed. All sources. So kind of a busy. The varicella turned out not to be a case, which is good. We've been getting out there with our CPR instructors. Usually we just do a handful of either healthcare entities or public safety entities. We're starting to get into a handful of other private industries that wanted us to come in and teach CPR, some daycares, so on and so forth. And we're happy and proud to do that. IBCCP, Illinois Breast and Cervical Cancer Program. This is a program we've been proud to have for 10 years now with your Cook County Public Health Department, but we are actually going to be letting this program go at the end of June. We've been a subcontractee of this program through Livingston County Health Departments for all the time, well, for the past 10 years. And Livingston County is letting the program go. They've been eating money on this. There is some funding from the state, but they have been eating money on it. For us to host it, I looked into it, I've talked with the state about it. For us to host the program ourselves and we want to be a subcontractee of it, we would have to hire at least 2 full-time individuals in addition to what we already have. And we would end up losing money on the deal as well. I've been assured that Illinois Breast and Cervical Cancer Program services will still be available to Iroquois County residents. It's a requirement of the state to make that available to all Illinois residents. We're just not going to be the ones facilitating the program. In review last year, we had about a dozen clients with this program. So we are proud of this program, but it's not being for us to retain it. Questions on that before I get to the last page? Okay. Vision and hearing screens, all zeros. We have a few stragglers in the month of May. Perhaps not, but that's all pretty normal. So we'll wrap it up. Senior services, the numbers are fairly normal. Had a couple issues, but pretty much run of the mill. And that's the programs by the numbers. Any particular questions about program summary report for me? Okay, we still have a few open positions. We've had some applicants for our environmental health position that we're considering, and we've got an applicant for the health educator position that we're considering. Still looking for a full-time nurse. The Board of Health reviewed my contract, which was for 1 year, last night. That's up at the end of the month, and they renewed it for another year. So, that's where we're at with employment. Any questions on that? All right, take your time.
Thank you.
Any old business? Oh, sorry, tax passes. Any new business? Okay, can I get a motion? Steve? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Time is 9:11.